All right, are people expecting something to happen here today, or? Did everybody enjoy watching Bowen blow up Reactor 9 on total nuclear annihilation? I'm a little nervous today. It was kind of awesome to watch Bowen do that, and it's even more awesome for me to tell you right now that he's a Spooky Pinball employee as of today. I cannot tell you how lucky and blessed we are to have Bowen on the team. He is going to be directing all our code, all our rules, so if you love all those tutorial videos that Bowen has been doing all these years, so do we, and man, we are excited because he's going to be helping a lot on the game that's under that blanket.
Ladies and test, hello? Ladies and gentlemen?
You're on.
Ah, you can hear me? Can you hear me? Now? Yeah? How about now? Ah, that's better. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into the reveal of this next fabulous game, every year as editor of Pinball News, I write a review of the previous 12 months in the pinball world. And as part of that, we have a vote on which is the best game from the previous 12 months. Now, it was a very, very good year for pinballs, I'm sure you'll agree, but there was one very, very clear winner. And I think from the previous seminar we've just had, you can tell exactly why this game won. So, Scott, could you stand up, please? Congratulations, Scott Denisi, on winning the Pinball News Game of the Year 2017. Well done. Well done. And now back to your regularly scheduled programs.
Would you like to give a few words, Scott?
Oh, man. Yes, a few words. Thank you, everybody. The game has been really well received, and I think each and every one of you come up to me and said, you know, how the game has, made you feel, how it's made you angry. I love all that. So please keep finding me. Please keep talking to me about it. I love it. So thank you.
I guess I get to talk here. You're not. I'll introduce everybody up here first. Of course, this is my lovely wife, KT, the gal who has sold you all those total nuclear annihilations. And her dog, Sally, who is secretly plotting to kill my son, Bug, who is also the host of the Spooky Pinball podcast now. David Van Ness, the Texan with the funny Aussie accent, does all our animations on everything you're about to see here. And of course, Scott Denisi, who helps us get everything we do better by making better parts so crap doesn't break. So yeah, 2017 year in review. Best year Spooky Pinball has ever had because of you people. I'm going to try not to cry so my mascara doesn't run. I get a little emotional when I see stuff like this and how lucky we are to have the awesome people working with us that we do, and that everybody has kind of faith and patience in us. And you know, we're not Stern, we're not Jersey Jack, we're never going to be, we don't want to be, we enjoy where we're at. We're trying to get the quality of our stuff up to where it's your expectations and ours. I think Total Nuclear Annihilation was a huge step in that direction. I know it's absolutely killing it out there on routes. I know John's here from Tilt, and there's so many of you operating this game now. And when we hear that, yeah, man, I had a light go out, I had a spring break, and I'm over 10,000 plays now. It's, whew, I breathe easier at night. I sleep better. We've come a long way in a very short time, and I really hope that you like what's sitting under the blanket over here with our minion AJ hiding behind it, who drove all the way down from Benton with us. So,
Just so he could pull the tarp off.
David's going to play a little video for you here.
Oh, Sally, you gotta get a picture of this.
I love it.
Okay.
That's great.
He really liked it.
Worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything as crap. Pinball is one of those things like everybody's so into their phone. This is physical. I remember when I used to play my pinball, I'd finish in about an hour and I'd be going. I used to work, you really would actually work you out. They always say, how do you know you made it? I always used to say, if you're a joke on the Bob Hope Christmas special, if you're an answer on Jeopardy, and a Pez dispenser. If you're a Pez dispenser, that's a big deal. Now, if you have your own pinball machine, that's when you know you made it. All right? Can't wait to play it. I think, though, that we should put something in there so if you lose, you get a shock. Right? Like knocks you back on the floor. That's great. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to play it. Because once I start playing it, then I'm gonna get addicted.
I sure hope so, man.
Yeah.
We're trying hard.
That's great.
That was literally shot and recorded last Tuesday. We took our son out of school to go backstage and hang out with his favorite rock star of all time. The only thing we didn't get done, he's like, he was doing his homework backstage and he was getting drum lessons from Glenn Sobel, who's his favorite drummer, and Bug's pretty good. And he's like, oh, I'm doing my homework. I should have walked up and had Alice sign it for me and say, sorry, school's out. But yeah, Alice, his wife, his daughter Calico, they were all there. Greg Ferris, Dennis Nordman, we love you guys. We're very sorry to inform you that Alice is replacing his Dr. Dude with this. And Dr. Dude is going to his daughter Calico's house. And AJ, go ahead, man.
And that's it right there.
Very blue. Very, very blue. Sure. Yeah, take the glass off.
Yeah. David and Vanessa and I will kind of walk you through the rules a bit here, what exists in them. This is very alpha code, and a few little things to discuss before we get there. This is actually on the P-Rock system. Pinhack was going along wonderfully. We hit a couple of snags. It was taking a bit longer than we would like. So we decided this is going to be on P-Rock. What does that mean for the predicted bill of materials that I advertised 6 months ago like an idiot? It's $64.50. So it went up a couple $100, but in return, you're getting full RGB. Every single lamp in this thing, just like Total Nuclear Annihilation, is now individually addressable. So I think you're really going to be blown away with what we're going to be able to do with the light show and everything else in this game. The sound absolutely rocks. It's got the same sound system that TNA had. A lot of big-time jumps for Spooky Pinball. The toys from Back Alley Creations, Matt and Ed over there did a phenomenal job. This thing is as packed as we could get it. We got down to the point where we've got the little cemetery under the shooter lane here. And Matt's like, there's a little room, I could do something. I'm like, yeah, go for it, man. What about the bill of materials? I don't care. It looks awesome, just do it. Matt and Eddie do a great job, all of them do, and Ryan and everybody over at Back Alley Creations. The two major toys in the game, you've got a guillotine that does work, and you have a Frankenstein in the castle, which of course you gotta have Feed My Frankenstein. You lock two balls in the castle, he'll spill them out onto two different ramps. There are 11 shots in this standard body game. You have a right orbit, right ramp leading to the upper play field. If you zoom in close here, Tommy Skinner, if I could be so imposing. And thanks to Tommy for streaming this too, so. On this shot right here, this is the crypt lock, and it's also the cold Ethel shot. You can see that that zombie looks a bit like a guy sitting up there. It actually has a two drop target controllable lock, so we can do a little bit of a Denisi lock, but we put a different flare on it, so you're dropping it in from above. But in honor of Scott, because hey, come on, he's awesome. We have a Scott Denisi zombie right at the entrance of that shot. Up here, you're going to be backhanding that guillotine. Of course, as you're exploring the castle and entering the rooms that Ben Heck laid out wonderfully for us. Basically, you start your game in the foyer, you select your monster by hitting the center targets. That will bounce from creature to creature, song to song, and you shoot your right and left orbits to move your way through the castle, and you're collecting items. So if you need to take out Alice Cooper, of course you've got to find poison in a straitjacket, and then you know, that helps you score more points. Load him into the guillotine on the first shot. The blade comes up, second shot, you stick his head in there. You'll see it getting ready to fall, and then you hit the third shot, the ball will get caught and dropped into the basket. Yeah, and we'll walk through some of the modes. The Frankenstein monster, of course, is in the castle. For today, we have this set on one ball. We have it set fairly simple. You're just going to shoot that left ramp. You'll lock a ball under Frankenstein's right arm, excuse me, if he's facing you. The next shot, you want to get up here. You're going to hit the drop target down 3 times, hit the ramp, lock the other ball. You'll start Feed My Frankenstein, of course, which is the Frankenstein monster. Cold Ethel will drop down from up above. Of course, the song there is Cold Ethel. Igor is Lost in America. And again, this isn't necessarily an Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits package. We chose songs that fit the game and sounded good and worked with everything else that was going on. The vampire is Disco Bloodbath Boogie Fever. You're going to need to find the stake. His target is up here. You'll see the artwork for the vampire. Alice Cooper, of course, is going to be the guillotine toy. The werewolf, no more Mr. Nice Guy, of course, right? Zombie is Brutal Planet, song that Alice is currently opening his tour with. Insects are the little things that drive you wild. They're going to be the individual targets all over the screen, all over the game. And where do you see the animations for that Mr. Van Ness did over here? Pit Creature is the scoop here, and you're going to have to, a bit like Tunnel Hunt in Addams Family, and he's Go to Hell. If you collect all the monsters, which Bowen will probably be the only one of our group to do, you jump to $1 Billion Babies, which is the wizard mode. And no, you can't get there today. That's it. What are we missing?
I think, you've gone over the toys.
Mm-hmm.
I say let's get it open into the public and get them to play it, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and bore you. We're going to haul this back to the booth and turn them both on and let you guys just play. So, I hope you enjoy it. Shoot those ramps to zap Frankenstein. Enjoy everything that's in this thing. There are 16 songs altogether in this thing, 10 by Alice, 6 by Matt Piggy D. Montgomery, who is the bass player for Rob Zombie. We became friends with him on the Rob Zombie game. He's worked and recorded with Alice several times. And when we mentioned to Alice that we'd like some incidental music, some background spooky stuff. So this is not a jukebox game. This is not you're walking up and selecting, oh, I'm going to go to No More Mr. Nice Guy. You have to earn this stuff. So it's a bit different. And for a music-based game, you're doing a lot of castle exploration and monster slaying. So I really hope you like what we've done with it, especially the Alice Cooper fans. Come on. Alice and his entire band were completely thrilled, and they loved it, and we really hope you do too. And that's it. I'm just going to shut up. We're going to wheel it over there and let you play it. Thank you, everybody.